Hello students, I am your Ankita ma'am. I hope all of you are fine at your home. Today we will start with English language and the chapter that today we will do, that is noun, and the topic that we are going to discuss now, that is countable and uncountable noun. So before starting the topic, first you have to know what is noun. What is noun? It is very important to know the definition of noun. So all the naming words are basically called as noun. Everything and everyone around us has a name. Like, I am a girl, I am your teacher, so I have a name. What is my name, students? My name is Ankita Bhattacharya. So I belong to this category noun. Same way, this is a book. The thing that I have in my hand now is a book. So what is the name of this thing? The name of this thing is book. So this thing also comes to the category noun, and the name of this thing is book. Likewise, all the naming words that we can see around us is called noun. Now we will discuss about countable nouns and uncountable nouns. So what is countable nouns, students? All the nouns that we can count, that is called as countable nouns. Like this book. This book I can count. How many books I have in my hand now? One book. Like the pens. I have pens in my hands. These pens I can count. How many pens I have in my hand now, students? One pen. Now how many pens I have in my hand, students? Two pens. This time how many pens I have in my hand, students? Three pens. And finally I have 1, 2, 3 and 4 pens in my hands. So these pens you can count, these pens I can count. So the pens come to the category countable nouns. Now coming to the next topic, that is uncountable noun. What is uncountable noun, students? The nouns, the things that you cannot count. The nouns and the things that I cannot count is called uncountable nouns. Let us give you some example. Okay, let me give you some example. Suppose this is a glass, okay, and this glass contains water. So now this glass you can count, student. The glass that I am holding right now, that you can count. So glass belongs to the category of countable nouns, but the water inside this glass, you cannot count the water that is inside this glass. So the water will come to the category of uncountable noun. Students, try to understand very carefully. This glass you can count. How many glass I am holding now? I am just holding one glass. So glass will come to the category of countable noun, but the water that is inside this glass, that you cannot count. So water will come to the category of uncountable noun. Same way, I have two bottles with me. I have two bottles with me. So one bottle, two bottle. So these two bottles will come to the category of countable nouns because you can count these two bottles. One bottle, two bottle. But the water inside these two bottles, that you cannot count. So water will come to the category of uncountable noun. Let me show you some more examples. Look at this chart. I have written some more examples of countable and uncountable nouns. Look at this chart. Countable nouns. Egg you can count. Pencil you can count. Pen, you can count pen as well. School bag, that also you can count. Pencil box, that also you can count. Boy, girl, all these that I have written, all this you can count. Now coming to uncountable noun examples, Look at this student. Sugar. Sugar you cannot count, students. Sugar you cannot count. The thing that you can count, the packets of sugar. The packets of sugar maybe you can count. 1 packet of sugar, 2 packet of sugar. The packets you can count. But the sugar, actually sugar you cannot count. Next, milk. Milk also you cannot count. The bottles of milk maybe you can count the bottles, but the milk you cannot count. Water. Water, I have just shown you the example of water. This glass is containing the water. So this glass you can count, but the water that is inside the glass, that you cannot count. Now, next, air. Air you cannot count, student. Honesty. Honesty is belong to the category of abstract noun. So honesty also you cannot count, student. It's a feeling. It's a feeling. It's inside you. Honesty. How much honest you are. You cannot count honesty also. Next, time. Time also you cannot count. It's a whole concept. Time also you cannot count. The minutes, hours, seconds, the part of time, minutes, hours and seconds, that you can count. Like 30 minutes, how many hours, 2 hours, 3 hours. But the time as a whole figure, you cannot count, student. Now today, I hope the concept of countable nouns and uncountable nouns are clear to you. Now, your first chapter, exercise D, has a exercise. Your first chapter, exercise D, has the exercise that is based on countable noun and uncountable noun. So this exercise will be your homework, students. You will solve this exercise in your homework copy. This exercise will be your homework, and after solving the exercise, you will upload it in your Google Classroom. I will check you. I want all my students to solve it and upload it. Today up to this. Next day we will discuss about the next topic. Thank you very much, students.